This episode of Techno Buffalo is brought to you by GoDaddy. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the episode of Rumor Roundup. I'm your host, John Wren. Just the show where we round up all the rumors from the week, quite obviously, and I serve them to you in one video so you know everything that could be coming, might be coming, and might someday be coming. This week, 128 gig iPhone 6, Mario Kart 8 is getting some much needed DLC, Google Glass getting a little less nerdy, and Sony's latest flagship is on its way and sooner than you might think. So Rumor Roundup, let's start rounding them up. So before I get to the rumors, we're trying something new here in the office. If you guys don't know, we are moving into a new office sometime at the end of next month. We'll have a full studio. We're sort of trying one of our early studio sets here. In the new studio, you're not going to have a white wall behind me. There'll be stuff going on back there. We just want to see how it looks, get some early feedback on it. We're going to experiment with some new things before our moves. In case you're wondering why it's all super white and sterile, it's because we're just trying something new. So the first thing I want to talk about is the iPhone 6. I've left it alone and around for a little while, but it's time to bring that sucker back. So Apple has slowly increased storage capacity of its iPhones, but it is yet to surpass anything more than 64 gigabytes of storage. It looks like, though, that might change very, very soon. If you believe a set of iPhone 6 schematics leaked on the ever-reliable Chinese social network Weibo, they hint that Apple is going to offer a Big Daddy variant at 128 gigabytes, which is a lot of cat videos. The leaked schematics apparently show how Apple is sourcing storage units for the iPhone 6, and it looks like Toshiba is taking care of the 128 gigabyte modules on its own, while a small handful of companies are pitching in to provide 16 gigabyte and 64 gigabyte units. There's no mention, though, of a 32 gigabyte flash module, suggesting Apple might still offer the three options. Rumors of 128 gig phone have been around for a really, really long time, with one recent report claiming Apple might offer the extra storage option only on the Big Daddy 5.5 inch, we're just calling the 6L. Pretty sure, though, Apple won't let you add extra storage on your own anytime soon, so it's pretty important that Apple offers as much storage as possible right out of the box. I'm hoping for much, much more storage on the cheap side, but it's Apple, so probably not gonna happen anytime soon. As a fun side note, when Apple first launched the iPhone in 2007, they bought the entire supply chain of solid-state storage from Samsung, oddly enough. Essentially, they monopolized solid-state storage for the better part of 2 years, which is why it took competitors so long to get sort of phones with larger storage out. In case you were wondering, it also kept the price down for Apple on the solid-state drives, but kept the prices up for anybody else who wanted solid-state drives during the course of that year to 18 months. Fun bit of economic history. So from Apple, let's go to Nintendo, which is a transition I don't think that I've ever made. It looks like some files found within the Mario Kart data suggest that gamers are in store for DLC in the near future, and I'm not just talking about the silly Mercedes carts that are coming. So it all started with a thread on the appropriately named MarioKartWii.com posted by a user named Morton, which is also my favorite character in Mario Kart. I like him because he goes, that included this image you were seeing right here. And hey, those cups don't look familiar. Are they just placeholders, misreading information? I don't know, but it's looking like we're gonna get those ghost cup, weird shaped cup, and other cups coming very, very, very soon, which will be awesome. We do know that Nintendo's been pretty open about what their Amiibo line is going to bring to games. They'll support it. When you buy one of their little figurines, it's going to unlock content in each of a compatible game. If that content in Mario Kart 8 is actually tracks and cups, I would jump so fast to buy that, you would not even say, it'd be like just like a flash. You'd just like smoke behind me. For now, though, unfortunately, take this with the obligatory grain of salt. We play Mario Kart all the time on our Twitch channel, which, nice segue, you should check out. Twitch.tv/TechnoBuffalo, link down below. We Twitch every day. So listen, Google Glass isn't for everybody. It's still in beta. It's still the Explorer program. Everybody's rushing to it. It's not a consumer product yet, but it looks kind of geeky to have that big ass camera sticking out on your eye. Looks like it's going to get a little less nerdy. When it comes to Google Glass, there's a lot to love, but design, I don't think is one of them. Even working with one of the company's world's top fashion designers could not shed the device's geeky image. But a new patent from Google reveals one way the company could improve the way Glass looks in the very near future. The patent, which was submitted back in the yonder years of 2012 and awarded to Google just last week, it doesn't actually mention Glass by name, instead describing a theoretical wearable display device that sits on your face like a regular set of glasses. What could it be? Big difference here, though, technology is clearly on the display, and the current version of Google Glass gets tucked away out of sight Though it's unclear if the model described here would include a built-in camera and some of the other features offered by Google Glass currently. If Google ever wants to bring Glass to the mainstream market, which we don't know if they ever do, it's going to need to switch from the current design, which is hideous, to something a little more subtle. And the images you're seeing right here definitely do that. We're not saying the company needs to ditch the camera, speaker, the earphone, all the rest of the stuff it's got. The Google Glass cool and controversial at the same, but it might be worth considering a less invasive design at the very, very least. I don't know, am I alone on that? I think Glass looks super silly. And even coined the name Glasshole. Stop the rumors for a quick sec. Thank the peeps at GoDaddy. If you always had an idea to build a website, now is when you should probably do it. You can go to GoDaddy.com and get a domain for just $1.99. Just enter promo code 199techno at checkout. Super cheap. Get your site on. Some limitations might apply though, so check out the website for full details. Last but definitely not least, Sony's phones have been pretty hot recently, and if they do get too hot, you can throw them in water because they're waterproof. We've already seen the Xperia Z3 leak out a few times this summer, but with Sony expected to unveil its brand new flagship phone, at least the flagship phone of the quarter, early next month, the fresh leak appears to reveal everything there is to know about the device. Upcoming smartphone recently passed through TENA, T-E-N-N-A, which is basically China's FCC, revealing most of the Z3's hardware along with a few sexy photos of the guy, or gal. Oddly enough, the Xperia Z3 actually looks to offer the same specs as Z2, including a pretty nice looking 5.3-inch 1080p display, 20.7 megapixel camera, 3 gigs of RAM, 16 gigs of storage, and a slightly faster version of the Snapdragon 801. Design also seems pretty similar, although today's TENA filing confirmed it should be slightly thinner and lighter. These smartphones also expected to feature slightly rounded edges compared to the Z2. It looks like the device will come in black and white color variants, which is pretty common right now. We're still waiting though for official announcement from Sony confirming the Z3, although that probably won't happen until next month at IFA, which of course we will be there covering everything about. So check out the site for full coverage on that sucker. Although personally, it's going to be hard for me to ever go back to an Android device that's not running Cyanogen, at least one I can't put Cyanogen on. I'm really loving the OnePlus One. Thank you guys for watching the episode of Rumor Roundup. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you like our all-white set. It'll get colorful in the back, I promise you guys. Leave comments on it. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Until next time, I'm John Render from Techno Buffalo. Of course, check us out at technobuffalo.com. I'll see you guys next video. Bye-bye. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. We love making these videos, and I hope you like watching them as much as we do making them. If you want to check out more about Techno Buffalo has to offer, hit the big subscribe button, and you'll be up to date on whatever's coming next.